Hey there, this is the first project tutorial where we're going to go over how to find a company to use for your company analysis project. If you are where I am, this is just the homepage of the Spring 15 Principles of Finance website. If we fast forward and this is not Spring 16 or Spring 15 anymore, your home site is going to look a little bit like this, and down here there's going to be the same things that we're looking for. Right? We're going to be looking for the description for our company analysis project, which tells us what you need to do. Due dates are available on Moodle in the week-by-week site. But then there's the sign-up sheet for our company. So when you choose your company, you're going to sign up here. If you click that, it's already actually open, so I'm going to quickly run over to it. When you click onto that, if it tells you that the site's forbidden, that you can't go there, it means that you just need to re-log in using your HSU website. It'll let anybody who has the link with a Humboldt.edu account link it. So if you're using Yahoo or you're using your Gmail or whatever, it'll show up saying forbidden. So you'll have to re-log in with your HSU address. Okay. So here are the things that you need, that we're looking for. You have to choose a publicly traded company. That's going to be fairly easy because if you can find this company in any of the databases we're using, it's publicly traded. It needs to have paid dividends in each of the last 3 years, preferably 10 years, right? Longer dividend history is going to be better, but sometimes students want to use a particular company because they like it. It needs to at least have 3 years of dividends. It's got to have long-term debt. It needs to have paid interest and taxes in each of the last 3 years. So a firm that doesn't pay tax or didn't pay tax isn't going to work for us. Or if it doesn't pay interest, it's not going to work for us. It can't have something called a preferred stock. It's a financing way. It's one way that businesses finance their activities is through a security called preferred stock. Can't have it. 5 years of financial statements available on Mergent, needs them. So if you have a company that went public last year or it's a new company, you're not going to be able to use it. It needs to have at least 5 years of history in order for us to use it. And it can't be chosen by another student. So for instance, I believe I'm going to use Hershey's. We'll take a look at it and see if it works. But, we've already got some students, Brett and Nate and Jeff, they've already chosen their companies. So, you can't pick Costco, you can't pick GE, you can't pick the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, Home Depot. I think that's the ticker symbol. Okay, so here we go. In order to figure out whether your company is going to work or not, you need two websites. You need Yahoo Finance, finance.yahoo.com, and you need the HSU library. Through the HSU library, you have to be logged in. I'm logged in, so it's going to just let me go through. You might be prompted to log in. You're going to go to Articles and Databases. So here you are, search and locate, Articles and Databases, Business. Scroll down, Mergent Online. So on both Yahoo Finance and Mergent, there's a place for you to look up a company. And I'm going to look up Hershey's. You can start by typing in the name of the firm. And say you don't even know what you want to do. You could say, you just start entering things in, right? Oh, Carnival Cruise, right? You got it. You just pick something that you're interested in. So Hershey's, the Hershey Company. I want to scroll down to their financial statements, the income statement and the balance sheet and the statement of cash flows. That's what I'm going to need. We can start on the income statement. Yahoo is particularly useful for formatting. When we look at Mergent, nothing's formatted and it can be hard to follow, and you're thinking to yourself, well, what do I add? What do I subtract? If you go to Yahoo, there's fewer entries. It's much more simplified and it's easier to check out the formatting and see what's going on. Mergent, you use that same ticker symbol, in this case HSY. And now what we're going to do, here's some summary data, and I encourage you to look around in here, but in the effort to have a shorter than longer tutorial, I'm just going to dive right into it. We're going to look at company financials. And we need to look at the income statement, the balance sheet, and the statement of cash flows. So we're going to start back here on our spreadsheet. Publicly traded, boom, got it. It's here, it's publicly traded. Dividends in each of the last 3 years, we're going to find that on the statement of cash flows. Come on over here. We want it in annual, balance sheet, cash flow, refresh. And you'll look up here and you have a lot of choices. As reported, preliminary, standardized, restated, ratios, analysis. Go to standardized. Standardized, we're going to use as reported a little bit, but standardized is simpler. There's fewer categories. It's much easier to deal with. So now I'm on the standardized statement of cash flow showing 5 years or quarters, and then as reported currency. You might need to switch it to US dollars unless you want to do it in yen or something, depending on your company. I'm looking for dividends. Has this firm paid dividends? Payment of dividends. Yes. Paid dividends all 5 years. Sweet. Okay, we got it. Our company, check. We have paid dividends, and we found that by looking at the statement of cash flows. Does this have long-term debt and preferred stock? Both of these things are balance sheet items. So we're going to come back here. Instead of looking at the statement of cash flow, we're going to look at the balance sheet. Refresh. We need two things. We need to know that we've got long-term debt, and we need to know that we do not have preferred stock. So, of course, the assets are on top with apparently almost no order, right? There's very little formatting here. We get our total assets here. That's our bottom line. Then we're going to shift into payables, or into liabilities. Current liabilities first, scrolling down to long-term liabilities and long-term debt and leases. That's my long-term debt. Right, so got long-term debt, had it in each of the last 5 years. Sweet. Then let's scroll down. Do they have preferred stock? That will be down here with shareholders' equity. So we've got common share capital, additional paid-in capital, retained earnings, no preferred stock. Awesome. So Hershey's passes these two checks. And then interest and taxes in the last 3 years. We need to look at the income statement. Emergent Online. Income statement. We're looking for interest expense or interest income. A negative income is the same thing as an expense, so we have interest expense in each of the last 5 years. Taxation in each of the last 5 years. Great, that's what we need. So Hershey's is going to work. Assuming no other student has chosen it, perfect. 5 years of financial statements, we just saw that. So that is good to go. That's really what we're looking for. So I will use Hershey's, the Hershey's Company. Ticker symbol HSY, and we're going to call that a good company to use. Let me know if you have any questions.